Hi, and welcome in this video. Today I'm talking about my role being a full stack JS developer. So, uh, my name is Mohammed Amin Hamza, and what is full stack? Full stack JS. Full stack is developing the front end and the back end alongside with the deployment and testing. But most important part is the front end and the back end. So the front end is in develop as AngularJS and below, and with TypeScript, and those are the point I'm going to talk about: AngularJS, TypeScript, scaffolding, and integrate any JS library. And in the backend, I'm going to talk about Express.js, MongoDB, and WebSocket, and RESTful. So, moving to part of front end. Front end in Angular in full stack JS. Um, Most of the part is handled with one framework. So today I'm gonna talk about Angular set, and X. X stands for set 6 anything. So the front end, as I told you, is handled by any JavaScript front end, JavaScript framework, and front end like React, Angular, Vue.js, etc. So why we choose Angular? Um, Angular is for scaffolding, uh, and for better documentation, and I don't know. So what is scaffolding? Everything is a model. Scaffolding, I mean, is make everything is make structure and make everything organized. So for example, in this project I have here front end, we have here in src folder, we have here pages, and we have here shared. So pages is contain many pages, like home, about, contact us, login, etc. And shared, we have here component, the thing that we gonna use it more than once. So we have here service, pipe, interface, component. Those are not that principle of you can write it in one file if you want with Angular, but for best practice we have to make everything organized. So what it mean by everything is a model? So for example, we can make like pipe and interface and component uh, in one module, and later we import that one module with those component here, like here in browser module or HTTP client module or MD bootstrap module. So make it module is to control what to export and what to declare, and we can use it for another project, and we can have less conflict between the code and make it like the model as has private variable that doesn't that, that talk only to each other. So that's the scaffolding. TypeScript. Every variable must has interface. And what I mean by that, for example, here setting, it can be as any, but we lost the advantage in TypeScript that make it interface, as here is a setting. So setting here has a interface imported from here that has list, which list of array, and that list has name, string, screen name, and limit. So if gonna type later, even the setting doesn't initialize with any object. Just by making dot, we can see there is a list. Then list has array. We can make another dot. We can see their property. Even we didn't initialize with some data, we can see from the editor the variable architect, and that's help us in development and help us avoid more conflict. Observable. Any data is shared across application better be observable. So for so first I have to talk about this application. We have here a simple application that get a list of Twitter, and we have here display setting. So let's say if I move hacker news above, you can see is once I change the hacker news, it changed in the app. However, this is a separate component, and they talk to each other. Sorry, I have to close this voice. Uh, they talk to each other to a service, and that service is observable. So, for example, in setting, we have 1 second. In setting, sorry. Sorry. In setting, we have here data. Sorry. The setting is from setting service. We go to setting service, and we can see setting service as behavior subject. So behavioral subject has 3 calls. So for example, we have setting this data is a behavior subject that has the throw order, or push a next variable, or subscribe to it, or complete, is to throw complete. So here from the component setting, any changes in the variable setting from the component, which here it push the new result to the new result to data, and anyone is subscribed to it is will see it. For example, in home page, we go to here, and 1 second, I must find it. Yeah, here. No, sorry. Here, subscribe, and is expecting a new result. Once he get new result, sorry. Once he get new result, uh, it process data and push it handle it however he need it. So that's the observable, and the observable is uh, is to make the variable the data is shared across but readable only. But uh, only the service or the component must change the variable, but only the service. Uh, Only the service can change the variable and the setting. However, the home page just subscribe to it and read those data. This is from the anyway GS library in Angular sets. So Angular set rely or expect to have any library as a structure. لا هي زايدة هيك تجي تشوف البوان هي زايدة. هاي فسخ هنا عم بها الكلب. فسخها هذا هنا تقلتني library مش عارف. Moving on to the backend. The backend. So backend is has Express.js, MongoDB to handle database. Must be RESTful to talk to it from Angular, and MVC model view. Don't need view, but you can say model controller maybe. And WebSocket, it's the point we're gonna talk about it if you want to make the client connect to WebSocket. So I have to open another project here. I don't know, another project. So server. Okay. So this server side or the backend write it in TypeScript. So we have here routers, and we have here models, interface, environment, controller, and config. So the model is using schema, is from the Mongoose, and export a model, user model, with the user schema, which we have here. So router here is using a function of express. صباح الخير. باسم. اه وين